welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to have you here with me today. If you are new here, then welcome, and if you are not new here, then welcome back. My name is Rachel and I am a speaker, an author, a business owner, and most importantly for today, I am an accountant. I've scaled my very own accountancy practice from a one-man band with 50 clients to a team of 12 with nearly 600 clients within 2 years, and that is a 400% growth rate year on year. This growth is nearly entirely down to our marketing. It's marketing combined with incredibly high standards and customer service, which means that our marketing and existing client referrals bring clients into the business, and high standards increase our client retention rates. Today, I'm going to be giving you my top tips for marketing your very own accountancy practice. Today's video is sponsored by Taxstone, an all-in-one practice management platform for CPAs, bookkeepers, and accounting firms. You can market your practice internally by offering your clients an easy-to-use, user-friendly platform like Taxstone. They offer revolutionary workflow automation so that you can fully automate the process at your firm. Sign up with the link in the description to this video and get an additional 2 user months completely free. Before I get stuck into the content of today's video, I just want to do a little bit of myth busting. A lot of people who see and consume my content and are part of my community and audience think that I have a whole team of people helping me, supporting me, and creating my content, and that they wouldn't have the time to do the same. I grew my online presence to a community of 20,000 individuals and business owners before employing a digital marketing executive full-time on payroll in-house. Thanks, Tamsin. So for a long time before that, it was me and only me driving and generating the content. And so one of my top tips when it comes to marketing is to use any and all of the time and content that you have available to you. So if you have 5 minutes while your kettle is boiling, then you can chat on video about your day. If somebody is 3 minutes late to your meeting, you can record a TikTok. If you've woken up 10 minutes early, you can write a LinkedIn post, and that has literally been my marketing strategy for the last 2 years, and I can honestly say it's gone pretty well. Also, a big mindset piece behind content that people think is that whatever you're posting or creating content about must be 10 out of 10 mind-blowing content every single time. But in reality, my experience has been that by being yourself and showing up online consistently does far more for your personal brand and for your business than only ever posting personal content will. Okay, so let's get stuck in. I have split this video into 4 sections: content, social media, search engine optimization, and social proof. So let's get stuck in with content. Effective content marketing isn't the easiest thing in the world to do. You need to create regular, quality content. But even doing a little bit can make a really, really big difference and bringing your website or social media profiles to life. So tip number 1 is to write a blog post. If you've got a spare hour or half an hour, if you can type really fast, you can write a blog post. Think about what your ideal client would find genuinely useful. Answer a question or provide a solution to a single problem. If you aim for around 500 words, that's the sweet spot. There's also several useful tools out there to help you gauge if there's enough interest around your topic to warrant writing about it. You can use tools like Google Trends and search listening tools. Tip number 2 is to make a video. Your videos do not have to be masterpieces, like this one. You can film them on your phone if you like. You don't need loads of fancy equipment, or even while you're on the school run or making some dinner. It's all about showing your face and giving people a chance to get to know you. Tell people something they might not know or that you found particularly interesting in your day. My top tip for video content is don't waste lots of time on it, just get it done in 2 or 3 takes and share it wherever you can. If you're stuck for ideas, you could even turn that blog post I just mentioned into a scripted video like this one. Tip number 3 is to pitch to industry publications. So have you ever wondered how accountants like me get those sweet guest articles on Accounting Web or in property or construction trade specific magazines? The answer is usually by pitching. You need to write to the editor, introduce yourself, explain your credentials, and suggest something that you would like to write for them. Set out your proposed article in a few bullet points and underline why you are the best person to write it for them. Tip number 4 is to invite yourself onto a podcast. As I just mentioned, you will be waiting a very long time to be asked onto a podcast with no previous introduction, but you'd be surprised how often hosts are scrambling around looking for decent guests. Drop the host or a producer of a relevant podcast an email showing that A, you have listened to the podcast and that you know it well, B, you've got something relevant to talk about, and C, that you are available for a chat. Tip number 5 is to send out a newsletter. If you're not already sending out a regular email newsletter to clients and or prospective clients, there's nothing to stop you starting one. You might want to write to your clients with a need-to-know update on upcoming tax issues, reminding them that you exist and that they recently reached out to you to maybe become a client. Or you might want to contact a targeted group of prospects in a particular sector. Keep it short, keep it clear, and keep it engaging. And always make sure people have opted in to receiving communications before you send newsletters to them. Okay, the next segment I'm gonna talk about social media, which is probably actually how you guys found me. So I'm very excited to talk to you about this one. First up, tidy up your social media profiles. If you have not logged into your social media profiles for a while, do the rounds, get the duster out, make sure that your contact information, website links, and branding, so color, header, logo, is up to date. Consider pinning a post to the top of your profile, so you can do this on most platforms, pushing the service or the content that you most want people to know about to the top. Next up, post on LinkedIn. If you don't use LinkedIn or if you're just a lurker, why not say something? It doesn't have to be profound or earth-shattering. Just share some news about your firm, your business, or client success stories, or maybe even a link to that latest blog post or video. One post won't achieve much, so it's important to manage your expectations, but it's a start. Some people make pledges and challenges to post every single day for a year, and that can be a really good motivator. They'll see your face, engage with your content, and then they might even follow you back. Okay, next up, I'm going to talk to you about search engine optimization. Tip 1, rewrite your website headers. After buying and reading all of the books on SEO, like literally, this is something that really is best left to an SEO expert. But sometimes there are some quick, easy fixes you can make. For example, we've seen lots of accountancy firms who use H1, which is the big header at the top of their website homepage. It doesn't mention the word accountancy or where they are. You don't have to do those things if it's about building your brand, but a lot of smaller firms, something like Accountants in Reading, will help you to get a higher ranking position in the Google rankings. That's because that's what people tend to type into the search box. You can do a similar one for other pages, for example, accountants in construction on your construction sector page. Next up, I'm going to talk about adding internal links to your website. Let's say you want to attract traffic to the page on your website which is promoting your VAT returns service. With that in mind, you want every instance of the phrase VAT returns on your website in blog posts or in other service pages to link back to the main VAT returns page. If you sit down for 10 minutes and add 5 links along those lines on your website, you'll make a small but potentially helpful contribution to your website's search performance. Next up is to fix your Google My Business listing. It appears at the top of search results when you search for a business on Google. It includes contact details, customer reviews, opening hours, and all of the information that you and I know and love. So take some time to claim your account and update the information that Google has for you in as much detail as you can provide. Make sure your contact details is identical to that displayed on your website, and this will really help your search ranking and may draw leads in directly to you via the GMB info box on Google. Next up, I'm going to talk about social proof. So tip number 1 is to get a client to write a review. Sometimes even your happiest clients probably won't think to leave you a 5-star review on Google, Trustpilot, or something similar unless you explicitly ask them. Send 5 or 6 personalized emails to clients you know to be your biggest fans, asking if they would consider taking a few minutes to rate and review your service. Encourage them to be really honest and tell them why. It will help you find more clients like them and grow your practice. They're business people and they already love you. They'll get it. Next up, I'm going to talk about requesting testimonials. So on a very similar note, it's always good to have fresh testimonials on your website. So think of a recent customer success story in which you played a really key part and ask them if they'd mind you writing it up. If you ask them to write something, you'll probably never get it. But if you draft it, send it over to them and get them to sign it off, you are much more likely to get the copy that you need. Set out the problem, so cash flow was poor, what you did about it, improve their invoice chasing processes, and the result, enable them to take on more work and improve cash flow. If growing and scaling an accountancy practice through marketing and delivering very high levels of service is your plan of action, and that is why you're watching this video, you might want to consider joining the waiting list to become a mentee of mine, where I work one-to-one with individuals looking to grow or scale their practice. Or you might want to take a look at Practice Makes Perfect, the online course we built to give you the internal processes, templates, and working papers to deliver the very best service within your practice. A big thank you again to our sponsor for today, Taxstone. Their automations really help you to free up time and streamline your processes. To learn more, you can find a link to their website and a sign-up link below, in which you will also receive 2 additional user months completely free. As always, I would love to see you over on TikTok, LinkedIn, and Instagram. You can use the links in the description of this video to find me. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again very soon.